How's it going? Today I wanted to talk to you about Mortal Kombat Deception. So I actually don't even know which number in the series this is. Like Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 4 was an arcade machine. So this is either 5, 6, 7, or 8. I think 8 is Armageddon, so maybe this is 7 Deception. Maybe. We'll go with Lucky 7. This game came out, I think, right when I got out of high school. Let's see, 2004. So right around there. We were living in my friend's basement, my friend Will. I do a podcast with him, Give Me Back My Son podcast. You maybe know about that. We were living in his basement. This game came out. It went into the system, into the Xbox, original Xbox, went into the system, and basically didn't get turned off for at least 2 weeks. So it was me, Will, Brandon, Clayton, Josh, and our friend Andrew. I think we were kind of the main ones who played it. But we played it just nonstop. We all got so freaking good at this game. And, you know, some of us were working graveyard shifts. Some of us were working day jobs. Some of us were working swing shift. Some of us weren't working. And so, like I said, any time of day, someone was always playing this game. Now, this game included Chess Kombat, Kombat with a K. And in Chess Kombat, you picked your characters to be, you know, your pawns, your queen, your king, your bishops, you know, whatever. And yeah, it wasn't exactly like regular chess, but you would play it. You'd kind of do the turn-based thing, and anytime two characters were going to fight, if you were attacking, like let's say my pawn was going to go attack the enemy's pawn, my pawn would then have a attack boost, so I did more damage, and I would have more health. So advantage goes to the attacker, but the defender still has a chance to just throw those chess rules out the, you know, out the door into the trash. And yeah, we got so good at this Chess Kombat. We actually started playing on Xbox Live, and there was a point in the first 2 weeks where our apartment was #1 in the world at Chess Kombat. I think we held the position, you know, less than a couple days, but we were #1 in the world at Chess Kombat. The Give Me Back My Son basement apartment. So I just thought that was a cool little story to share. And one neat thing about this, you can see, I think it says bonus disc included. See back for details. You're like, what? You know, what is this bonus disc? Bonus disc. Exclusive arcade perfect playable version of Mortal Kombat 1. So this is the game disc, I believe. And this, I don't know which one is which. My guess is this is the regular Mortal Kombat, like the bonus disc, and this is the disc for the game. I actually can't tell. But anyways, the point of it is you put it in your Xbox and you get basically the arcade cabinet of Mortal Kombat, which, you know, for sakes and purposes, I actually put on the Sega Genesis version of the gameplay of Mortal Kombat for this video, just so that I can show you guys the blood code. ABACABB, which I'll talk about that in a minute. So hang around after the video and you can see me play a quick round of Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis. And like I said, I mostly wanted to show you that one because it was censored, because when the game launched, they took out the blood, they took out the violent fatalities, and Super Nintendo, like Nintendo being a more family company, they didn't, you know, it's only censored. And the Sega Genesis version of the game, which Sega was a little edgier, and they gave this blood code. and you type it in and it restores the blood into the game and the fatalities ripping heads off and stuff. So that's why I'm going to show you that version. I actually even had a Game Gear version, handheld Sega, you know, and that was 212 down up was the blood code on that. So thought that was pretty cool. When I was a kid, I'll talk about this later, but when I was a kid, a movie came out of Mortal Kombat with Christopher Lambert, and the guy who plays Liu Kang is Mowgli in a Jungle Book movie. I don't remember it. It's Jason Lee, I think was his name. Jason Lee. No. Anyways, I'll put a little subtitle here to tell you what his name was. But that movie, Goro is like this, you know, four-armed monster guy. Goro was really cool in that movie. I remember going to see it, and I think I was in maybe 5th grade or so when that movie came out, at the height of Mortal Mania, you know. And yeah, Mortal Kombat is something that has lived with me and affected me to my core. So this was the last one that I really like bought, and then the series kind of just declined. And there's a, on PS4 and Xbox One, there's a, I think Mortal Kombat 9 was like a reboot that started over from Mortal Kombat 1 story-wise, but made it for a more modern gaming audience, which is a really cool game. Mortal Kombat X came out. That one you can play, there were all sorts of cool downloadable characters like the Xenomorph from Aliens. You had Leatherface, you know, whoever. Just really cool, like, horror movie monsters, which is neat. And the newest one has, like, RoboCop as a DLC character. The Terminator, which looks awesome. You know, maybe I'll put something here. You've got Spawn. You've got, you know, whatever. There's a rumor that Ash from Army of Darkness, you know, well, right there. Ash Williams from Army of Darkness, chainsaw hand, shotgun, you know, that he's going to be a character. But I guess that's kind of just a rumor right now. I'm dying to see if that happens because I love Bruce Campbell. If that happens, I'm buying that game. No ifs, ands, or buts. But yeah, Mortal Kombat's awesome. Thanks for chatting about Mortal Kombat with me. Actually, real quick before I go, my very first encounter with the internet as a little kid was, you know, my mom came home, put up the computer. Oh my gosh, here's the internet. I remember hearing it dial all the doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and all the modem sounds. And the first thing I did was go and download a moves list for Mortal Kombat. Not this one, but the original, and maybe Mortal Kombat 2. But download a moves list and fatality list, and I printed it out. And it was that type of paper that has all the dots on the side that you can tear off. And the papers were, there weren't separate papers. They all folded in on each other. If you know what I mean, old printers. And so I had this like scroll of like that I would whip out at the arcade, or I'd take over to my friend's house, because I didn't have a Super Nintendo or a Sega Genesis at a certain point when this game was really popular, but my friends did. And so I would take the scroll, you know, the sacred scrolls, and I would take it to my friend's house, and we would play Mortal Kombat and test all the moves, test all the fatalities. It was an amazing game back in the day, you know, super violent for its time. And yeah, it's a big part of who I am today. But yeah, anyways, this won't be the last time I talk about Mortal Kombat. In our apartment, we had a set of rules, and it was about Mortal Kombat. First rule of Mortal Kombat is don't talk about Mortal Kombat. Second rule of Mortal Kombat is don't talk about Mortal Kombat. It's Fight Club. But anyways, the third rule of Mortal Kombat is talk about Mortal Kombat if you want, and talk about it. It's the stupidest thing ever, but that just kind of made me think of that. Anyways, Mortal Kombat. It's sweet. It's awesome. Go play it. I would say number 1 is really good. Number 2 is probably... Number 2 is better for sure. You had cool thing like friendships. You know, you could do all sorts of, there was much more characters. It was just a more fully just fledged out game. But Mortal Kombat 3 was the one that really just, I got obsessed with the game, crazy obsessed. I would draw like the characters in my notebooks and draw like pictures of the pit with all the spikes underneath it and characters fighting, like a little diorama kind of thing. And I remember my school teachers would send home like you know, whatever to my mom saying, oh, your kid's crazy, drawing violent things in school. Is he okay? Yeah, I'm okay. But anyways, I love Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that's it. Enjoy the Sega Genesis round of Mortal Kombat. I'll show you the blood code. Peace out. Yo.
Alright, Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat. So, we're waiting for a certain screen to show up that starts saying crazy stuff about like codes. This is where we type ABACABB.
Get over here!
And get over here! That signals that we put it in correctly. Alright. Now because I'm weak sauce, let's go check the difficulty here. See what the defaults are. Very easy. I don't want to be embarrassed making this video, so. Got Johnny Cage, Sonya, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Liu Kang, Raiden, and Kano was up top. I'm gonna go with Scorpion because he's my personal favorite. Kind of differs, jumps back and forth between Sub-Zero and Scorpion, but Scorpion's my man. So, here's the fight roster. Johnny Cage. Wanna eat it. Go for the jump kick!
Excellent.
Get over
here!
Get over here! And that's back A. You know, back low punch, I guess. Sega Genesis was weird because you have these 3 buttons and start. Start blocks. And then A is both high punch and low punch. B is high kick and C is low kick. So, kind of weird that the punches are kind of the same. Just limitations of these old controllers. Alright, so I'm going to get to sweeping distance. Uppercut will do. Hold block. Up, up. Nice. Like Ghost Rider. Alright. I'll show you a different version of the game next time. Have a good one.